Hi everyone. As you know, we've spent the last couple of months working hard on what we call the gameplay module. Basically developing and implementing all the features needed for you to play out your favorite tabletop RPGs in Multiverse Designer. We are very excited to announce that work is going at a steady pace without any unpleasant surprises. We are starting to do internal tests and we expect we'll be able to release it to our beta testers very soon. And by internal tests, we mean that we're playing ourselves, of course. This video is basically a summary of an hour-long session in which our team of brave adventurers, composed of a tiefling rogue, a dwarf warrior, and a human templar, face some fearsome enemies, namely 2 dark templars, a necromancer, and a skeleton. As you know, the core members of the dev team are Brazilian, so the whole exchange is in Portuguese. But in this summary, we will explain what's going on so you can see how things are advancing. You'll miss the friendly banter, but we promise that we'll arrange an English session in the future very soon. First things first, you'll surely notice in this video that it features a split screen. What you can see here is everyone's point of view. The big screen is the game master's, while the smaller screens are all from the 3 players in this test. This way you can see how every player can have a different point of view, moving the camera freely to get a good sense of their surroundings. There are different user interface items that you can see on these screens. The lines or portraits in the upper section of the screen represent the order of initiative. The icons in the lower section of the screen are the basic user interface. The GM has more options available than the players. The first icon allows you to move the camera around, while the exclamation mark shows the properties of the selected character or asset, as well as the character sheet editor. Because, yes, you can change things and assets on the fly while you are playing. The scroll opens the campaign edit window, where you can add or remove players and maps to the campaign, also done in real time. You have the button for dashing, another for attack, and a final one for basic movement. These are available to the players as well. Obviously, there will be more actions in the future. Everything that you can think of. Produce or use of an item, sneak attacks, etc. This is just a work in progress. In the lower right corner, you can see the button for ending your turn, and in the upper right, the time tracker, which can be used to track any unit of time. Assaults, minutes, days, or even years. The key thing here is that you will be able to create or adapt the UI of Multiverse Designer using criteria. Each rule set we implement will have its own icons and UI, but you can create new action buttons from scratch, choosing an icon from a big library and linking it to a specific action. Or you could just create a new input, like which spell, weapon, or skill that button will use, including area spells. Imagine, for instance, that in your campaign the evil guys are a sect of necromancers, and it's very common to fight against enemies that raise the undead. You can create an icon that automatically makes a bunch of skeletons appear on the map to make your encounters faster. We will also include a basic rules-agnostic UI with only the most basic things you need to run a game, such as rolling dice, track initiative and HP, and move things around the map. By now, you have seen how to move a character or NPC. You only need to click the point in the map where you would like to go. You can see each enemy's zone control, where moving around can cause an attack of opportunity in such games of D&D. Then, when you choose the attack action, a menu lets you choose your weapon should you have more than one. It throws the dice, calculates it if it's a hit or miss for you, and then rolls damage and deducts it from the character's total HP. You can also open a log that shows every action in detail. Here, you can see an attack of opportunity in play. Since a character is crossing an enemy's zone of control, it automatically gives the option to do an attack of opportunity. You'll be able to set different things that trigger a reaction. It is, after all, the same underlying logic that operates traps. A word of warning. Everything that you see here is a work in progress. Your input will be invaluable for us to improve, especially when it comes to the user interface, so if you have any comments, feel free to drop your feedback here or join us on our Discord server. Many animations aren't implemented yet either, so everything looks a little bit static as of yet. A second thing that we want to stress, the point of the gameplay module is for Multiverse Designer to do all the bookkeeping for you using criteria, the scripting language that we have created to implement and handle the game's rules. It's relatively easy to have a rules-agnostic system where you can just move character models around and throw dice, and you will definitely have the ability to play like that on Multiverse Designer too. But what we want is to make the most out of capabilities of criteria, So Multiverse Designer handles character and NPC sheets, changes in stats, damage, temporary status, etc, etc. Everything that you can do in advanced virtual tabletops like Foundry, with a more powerful system to implement new rules of all kinds, from characters to items, spells, weapons, or anything else that you can think of. Thank you very much for watching this video, and if you have any questions, please leave us a comment, and we shall see you in the next one.
E eu também, viu?
Gravei direitinho, bem bonitinho ali.
Se movimenta pro templário.